You drop into a dragon's cavern lair, gold everywhere, and a massive silhouette that sits in the dark. Not a monster to flee, a legend to master. Today, we're taming the wilds of the Ice and Fire mod, from sky serpents to stormborn dragons. So you walk out of every fight with a companion and not a gravestone. This world punishes mistakes. Stare at the wrong chicken lizard and your heart melts away. Dive for shipwreck loot and drown before you see the chest, but the same creatures that end runs can actually carry them, if you know how. So here's the plan. We'll gear up, read the land, tame, and leave with an army. Number 1. The Hippogryph, your first reliable flyer. You can find them in the mountainous regions of the world. And how to tame them? Wait for them to land, then drop rabbit's feet nearby until they submit. Typically under 7. It'll sit when tamed, then saddle, chest, and armor it. And here's a pro tip, drop feet one by one so it doesn't gulp the stack. Me myself, I burned through 5 feet. There was nothing, but the 6 foot, it bowed. And 10 seconds later, I was flying throughout the mountain instead of climbing it. Number 2, the Cockatrice, the stare that wins the fights. Now, there's 2 ways to tame them. Win a staring battle, keeping the crosshair on it, and you can tank or heal with gapples until it breaks to your will. The second method is to hatch a rotten egg, which is a rare chicken drop. For a tame baby, there's a 25% chance when thrown. Dispenser hatch cockatrices aren't actually owned, and you can feed them with seeds to heal them. And here's a pro tip, you can also wear a blindfold to ignore the gaze, and it'll switch to melee attacks. Number 3 is the pixies. They're quite mischievous, but they can turn into buff machines. You can catch them in a jar but befriend and tame them by dropping a cake nearby a pixie. She will eat it and become your follower, and they will grant buffs depending on their color, for example strength, speed, and haste. And when I caught one of these guys, they helped me instantly with all of the bosses in the game. Number 4 is the Hippocampus, the ocean mount and utility mob. Here's how to tame them. Use kelp or sponges to attract them, then feed kelp until tamed. You can saddle and armor them, and you can also add a chest to them, and they can be told to sit and wander with a stick, and they also heal when fed with kelp, and they pretty much help you avoid those pesky sea serpents whilst in the waters. Number 5 is the Amphithere, the jungle sky serpent. Now, how to tame them? You mount it and you have to survive its bite. Shields can help with this. After holding on long enough, it will submit, same way as a cockatrice does, and you can feed it cocoa beans to heal it or cookies to breed. And it flies like a boosted elytra, looking up to rise and down to dive. And I believe they are the fastest aerial mounts in the game. Number 6 is the death worm, the desert sentry. Now, these guys can't actually be tamed if they're wild. Instead, you have to throw a death worm egg and the hatchling is yours, and it will grow over the days. It patrols a 50 block radius. It is rideable with 2 fishing rod tricks, but treated with caution. But they are quite ugly, so I don't know if you would want one. Number 7 is the Myrmex, the ally of the hive. Now, the goal here with them is to raise reputation by dropping matcha resin for the workers, and you get plus 5 points for each pickup. At reputation 25, they turn neutral, at 50 they trade, and at 75 you can control the hive with a staff, and queens can also sell eggs. Quite useful to building your own insect army. Number 8 are the dragons. The only way to get a dragon egg is from a stage 4 to 5 female, and they can only be found in dragon caverns. If you take their blood, you will not get an egg, and the rules of hatching depend on their variant. So fire eggs have to be placed in fire until they wiggle and hatch. Ice eggs have to be submerged in water, and it often freezes around it until it hatches. Lightning eggs must be exposed to the rain under the open sky, and their hatching will pause if the rain stops. And expect a cool dragon to pop out. For raising them, you can feed them meat and use dragon meal to speed their growth, and they are rideable at stage 3. Dragon horns can be used to store them, and there is craftable armor for dragons. My very first time defeating a stage 4 or 5 dragon, I almost got one shot, but then again, I won against them and I got myself a dragon egg. So there you have it. You started in a world that tried to break you, and now you've turned it into your stables. From cakes and kelps to storms and stare downs, you've got every path to tame the wilds of the Ice and Fire mod. And what is the next quest? Pushing deeper into legendary gear, hidden mechanics, and how to win dragon fights with 0 deaths. So make sure to subscribe to not miss the next hidden secret in the Ice and Fire mod, and tell me in the comments which mob you're taming first. Have a good rest of your day, and peace out.